Ευχαριστήσουμε πάρα πολύ και εμείς να πάμε τώρα στα κινηματογραφικά μας και με αφορμή την πρεμιέρα της ταινίας Πριν, τα μεσάνυχτα, που πραγματοποιήθηκε στο Παλάσι. Οι πρωταγωνιστές αλλά και ο σκηνοθέτης της ταινίας παραχώρησαν συνέντευξη στο SKAI και τη Χριστίνα Ιορδανίδου. Μάλιστα, τα γυρίσματα της ταινίας πραγματοποιήθηκαν στη Μάνη.
Is it difficult to write and play because you have to expose your own bits and pieces when you write and play? Or is it more liberating, let's say?
Yeah, it's very fun. Most of the time when you're acting in other people's things, you don't like the words that you're saying, so you're always trying to change them. At least we like the words that we have to say.
Man, about 18 years ago, we kind of, sort of fell in love. And a decade later, we ran into each other.
No. You wrote a book, and I read about it and went to look for it. It's pretty romantic.
What about Greece? Like, Greece is receiving a negative publicity due to the severe economic crisis. I'm sure all the journalists are asking the same thing. Did you have any doubts before shooting the film? Were you afraid?
I didn't. I came over here before Ethan and Julie and looked around. I was in Athens briefly and then went to the coast near where we shot it, so I didn't... You know, as things are depicted in the world media is very different than the truth on the ground.
The truth is, how it's depicted, outside of the country is much worse than it is in the everyday life. I mean, the reality is they just show the demonstration and people throwing cocktail Molotov on the street, and the reality of it is you get to Athens. I mean, you really have to look for those places.
You never stop ogling girls.
I don't ogle girls. I make love to them with my eyes.
How difficult is to revisit a character? That's for the two of you.
I can speak for myself, but it's fun. The character, a lot of it comes out spontaneously just by interaction with Julie. Julie and I have we've now known each other 18, 19 years. And so maybe it takes a little while to find at first, but I often say it's kind of like being in a band together. We know the instrument we play with each other.
When we get back together,
there are lots of long scenes and strong dialogues. Was that for you especially? Was that difficult? Were you afraid that you might get carried away and it's going to be not so engaging for the viewer?
Well, yeah, there are some lengthy scenes in the movie. That's just the way. That was the challenge we threw up before ourselves here, to make that real, to make that interesting. It's just the way this film was meant to be. You know, it plays into what Ethan and Julie can do.
You showed a mixture of Greece, like traditional Greece, old-fashioned Greece, but modern Greece as well, which is not something common for directors. I really loved that. Was that on purpose?
Yeah. We loved. I mean, Greece is a very modern country, but it has this ancient part of it, obviously, but it's so much more than ruins. So it was great to show modern Greece,
not an island.
And they progress. It was just they progress through Greek history as they walk, and they end up in a very modern environment.
What about the crew, working with Greek actors?
Wonderful.
You loved it?
Yeah, no, it was a real joy. I mean, this is a real Greek movie. It was an entire Greek crew, and we couldn't have been more accommodated, more happy.
One of the things I think was the smartest move Rick made was hiring the cinematographer, Christos, who is a Greek cinematographer who could really help lead the crew, and he was a big influence in the movie.
Yeah, it's great.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.